Out to avoid a whitewash in the ODIs after having whitewashed the Kiwis in T20Is, India faced a stern test. One that they failed to surpass, conceding a 3-0 whitewash in ODIs after ages. Returning from injury, Kane Williamson won the toss and decided to chase, making two changes: Blundell and Chapman out, himself and Santner in. India also making one change: Kedar Jadhav out, Manish Pandey in. India's start with the bat, though, was a mirror replica of their starts in the first two ODIs. Mayank Agarwal failed to get going. Virat Kohli looked itchy in his stay at the crease, which lasted only 12 balls, Bennett getting him again. But Prithvi Shaw seemed solid. He seemed to be overcoming all his fallibilities from the previous game and scoring runs. But then one misjudged call off a double and he was run out. And hence it was down to the usual suspects, KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer, to rebuild India's innings. And that is exactly what they did. They stitched together a 100-run partnership, en route which Shreyas Iyer reached his third consecutive half-century in this series. But he also failed to make it count for the third successive time, failing to make it big. But one man who was determined to make it big was KL Rahul, who then struck another 100-run stand, this time with Manish Pandey, en route which he brought about his own century, a first for India's number 5 since 2017, and also the first ever for an Indian wicketkeeper outside Asia in ODIs, India posting 296 runs on the board. Much like India's start with the bat, New Zealand's start with the bat was a mirror replica of their own performances from the past two ODIs. Martin Guptill and Henry Nicholls were at it. Guptill milking his purple patch to the hilt, scoring 65 runs in the power play, and by the time Yuzvendra Chahal could get through this partnership, they had already put 106 runs on the board. Guptill was gone, but in came Williamson, who then combined forces with Nicholls to take New Zealand forward. He couldn't do it for long. Then Taylor was gone, and after a well-set Nicholls was gone too, New Zealand seemed like sinking deeper. Then Neesham was dismissed, and you could see the script repeating itself from the T20Is for the Kiwis. But then out walked Colin de Grandhomme, who'd only scored all of 14 runs across this tour of India to the New Zealand. He walked out and he took the attack to the Indian bowlers, to the spinners and to the pacers alike, scoring a brisk half-century, the joint third fastest against India in ODIs, driving New Zealand home in cruise mode as the Kiwis won the series 3-0. This is the first whitewash against India in a bilateral series since 2006. Surely the ODIs are not as significant in a T20 World Cup year, but the headaches that they leave behind are really significant. Can India sort them out before the Test series? They have a week and a half to do that.